Welcome to Animated Educator. Today we're going to learn all about Audacity.
Oh, Lord Vader, I thought it would be you. I don't know why you're keeping me here.
A part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
Hey everybody, it's Jim, and yeah, I have a fan. I don't know if you can hear. Yeah, that's my fan. I have it on right now. So I'm going to show you this thing called Audacity. It's a free sound program for either the PC or the Mac. Go get it. If you don't have it on your machine, get it because you'll use it for this project. It's free, totally free, pretty easy to use, and it does some interesting things. Let me show you what it looks like. All right, and that's how it comes in. So let's go over a little bit of this. Basically, it's for sound, so that's why you want to get a microphone. You don't want to use your microphone off of the computer. If you have a different type of microphone, you can use this. But you need something. So as you can see, there it is. And I'm just going to start recording this. And you can hear that fan in the distance. I'm going to show you how you can actually take that sound out. So here, let's, it's just like your regular, you got play buttons and stop buttons and backwards and forwards, things like that, pause button. So this is how it sets it up. So I'm just going to record something here. I'm going to click on record. And you can see as I talk, we have a level at the top there, and it's going kind of in the into the red up there. So this would be if I was talking like really close like this into the red. You notice that's what it looks like, and my wave files are going crazy. So what I want to do is just kind of adjust this a little bit. We have this little plus and minus on your volume here. Bring this down a little bit, somewhere in there, and just get close to your mic. You want to be kind of peaking at 12, something like that, but you don't want to go over it too much. So I'm just going to adjust my microphone there and just kind of get myself talking, doing a test, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm just going to be trying to keep that level throughout when I talk. So I'm about maybe 6 inches from the mic, maybe, and I just don't want to push the mic right up against it because this happens and it gets really bad when it looks like that. See that? You can see the wave file right there, how bad it is. So yeah, so you want to just have a little distance there and talk loud enough to see the levels staying where they are. That's pretty good. Now watch what happens when I stop talking. You're going to actually hear the room tone. You see that? It's at like 36 right there. And that's my room tone right now. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off. And I recorded all that stuff, right? Now, I'm not going to use any of that. I just want to show you a few things here that you can do. This is really a fun program to use. It's really fun and kind of see where you're at. So you can see how I started talking here, and that's when that room tone, which is right here, came on. So I'm going to go back. Okay, so I'm going to click on that. And right here, this little thing here, this is where it should be a selection tool. So I'm going to push play and you'll hear it kind of talking to us. Because this happens and it gets really bad when it looks like that. See that? You can see the wave file right there, how bad it is. So yeah. So when it peaks like that, it's like being in your car and someone just has that, the volume way up and the speakers are vibrating so hard. That's what that does. So you don't want to get that. Can I go through this? Let's see. I'm just going to grab this stuff like this. I'm going to delete it. As you see, when it takes it out, it moves everything together. So I'm just going to find that kind of, let you listen to this part again. So yeah, so you can just have a little distance there and talk loud enough to see the levels staying where they are. That's pretty good. Now watch what happens when I stop talking. You're going to actually hear the room tone. See that? Okay.
Like 36.
So room tone adds to your recording, okay? Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to, if you're in that situation and you just can't help it, that's the way it is, you can reduce that room tone by actually selecting it. So I'm just going to select a chunk of this, and I'm going to go up to this thing up here under Effect, and it's going to go to noise reduction. So if I click on that, this basically, what I just selected is what it's doing. It's getting the noise profile. So I'm going to click on that. It has this in its memory, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click off of that, and I'm going to go up to my view here, select all. And when I click on select all, it highlights the entire sound file, okay? And now what I'm going to do is go back to my effect, and I'm going to go back down to noise reduction. It's in the memory, and it's going to apply that to the whole thing. It's going to take out that room tone. So watch what happens. When I click on this, you see this line right here. Watch how it gets real thin now. So it's just sucked out all that fan noise. So that's something that you want to do whenever you get a recording, is just find that part where you don't say anything and record the room noise without you talking. You can remove it throughout the entire track. So when I'm talking and recording, it's now no longer there. So it's not like, it's not a problem. Here we go. We'll make a little effect here. So here's Darth Vader, as best I can do. Here we go.
You are part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
That level's pretty high. See that? We back off a little bit. Here we go.
You are part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
It's still pretty loud. Okay, so that's okay. Let me show you this thing. So you can see how I'm peaking up here. That's what they call that, where I talk like this and I go,
take her away.
See, I'm in the red up there. I'm pretty high, pretty up there. So what you can do is you can actually go in here, and allows you to kind of bring down the stuff. Usually what I do is I go to Effect, and I go to Amplify, but I don't want to make it louder. I want to make it softer. So I'm going to go Amplify. I'm going to pull it downwards. So I'm actually going to reduce it here to like maybe 11%, and I'm just going to hear it.
Take her away.
So
take her away.
It's hard to see if that's all right. Maybe we'll just leave it at like 9 or 10, something like that. Okay, so if I think that's pretty good, and you notice how it reduced it a lot there, only 10%. It did a lot. So let's see if it's how it looks up here.
Take her away.
That's pretty good.
Take her away.
See, it's up at 12. That's pretty good. So I'll go back this time. We will go back to Amplify, and instead of 10, I'm just going to go to about maybe 5, something like in here. And let's see if that's.
And a traitor.
That sounds pretty good. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, yeah. So then we'll play it and we'll look at those levels.
Traitor.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Those levels look good. See, it's okay to just peak a little bit as long as it's not hanging in there that long. But in between 12 and 6, that's really nice. If it just kind of doesn't have to stay there, but as long as it doesn't go into 0. 0 is like the red zone, and that's when it gets really noisy. But now I do have that room tone noise, remember? So I'm going to do this. I'm going to capture my room tone, because it's also, see, it's right in there. There's some room tone in there. That might be affecting my thing. So here, we're just going to go back. Remember, Effect, go to Noise Reduction. We're going to get that noise profile, and we got it. And so now I'm just going to go to Select All, the whole thing. And I'm going to go to Effect and go to Noise Reduction. And I'm just going to say, okay. And look, it brought it all down. Okay, so now we have our thing. Say this is after all this recording, this is like the best take right here, right?
You are part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
Okay,
Still pretty loud.
Okay. All right, so I'm just using the space bar to turn it on and off. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab this one. I'm just going to grab this whole section here. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it away. So I'm going to copy it. So I'm just going to copy. Again, you can use Control C. I think Command Z. C is in Mac, but this is PC. So I'm going to say copy it. And now I'm actually going to go up to here and make a totally new file. I'm going to say new. And it opens up another window, and I have it in the memory there. So it's a stereo file. I'm going to push paste, and there it is. And now you can hear it.
You're part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
All right. So to me, it sounds like me going, rah, rah, rah. So it's highlighted. So now I'm going to go up to my effects. And this is really the fun part of sound, is you can actually change it. So the tempo is okay. And I'm just going to play around here. So we got the speed, the pitch. So let's change the pitch. To me, the speed's fine. So without changing the tempo of the reading, we're going to change the pitch. So this is where we could do this. We can just bring this down a little. Let's just hear what it sounds like.
Oh, that's too. Yeah, that's too low. That's too low.
Yeah. So let's bring it up just a little bit this way. Yeah, he still sounds kind of. So let's bring him a little bit more.
You're part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
That's better. That's better. So I'm going to affect that one. That one sounds pretty good.
You're part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
That's pretty good. All right, so I'm going to say, okay, watch what happens to my waveform. When I apply this, it changes the waveform a little bit. A little slightly, not much, but sometimes it changes a lot. Anyway, so let's put a little echo on that. Just a little bit, because we want it to sound like he's Darth Vader. He's in this suit. It's kind of like a robot kind of soundy thing. So let's go to echo. And this is cool because you can change that. Let's push preview.
You're part of a rebel alliance.
This is Darth Vader in the bathroom. Let's see if we can change that. So this is where you have to physically kind of move things around. So let's go up to, there's a delay of 6. Let's make that 3. Let's see what that does.
You're part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
It's a little bit. It gives it a little bit of a tintiness there. I mean, there's all sorts of things here you can do. Let's see. Where's that? Reverb. It's just kind of like echo. This actually will put you, like, you can change the room size that you're in. So this sounds like he's in a church or something. Here we go.
You're part of a rebel alliance and a traitor.
He's in a cave somewhere. All right, so let's like bring some of this stuff down a little bit. So maybe he's in like a room that's maybe 30. Maybe we'll just play around with this. And this is something that you can play around with. You just kind of move around and preview, listen. Yeah, he's like in Target. He's like, attention shoppers. Yeah, so let's, okay, so let's just adjust maybe some of the stuff we need to, let's see. So we'll just bring this down a little bit. We'll bring them down to maybe 10, and reverbance, we'll bring that maybe 30. Low tone, so we have a low tone, we have a high tone. So it kind of like can change things around there, I guess. All right, let's see what that sounds like.
You're part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
So this is the file of Darth Vader I came up with. So he says,
You're part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
So what I want to show you is if you want to move a file. So to move a file, say here, you just have to get on this thing. It's called Time Shift Tool. And you just kind of click on it, and then you have to find it. And it's kind of, let's see, you can move this down your timeline. So you don't have to start them right off the beginning talking. You could have this. So let's get them about here. So as you can hear, I still have that fan on. I got a cup here. See, I can do that. So I'm just going to take my cup and my microphone and make little Darth Vader noises. That's his dog. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna just record this. So I don't hear my recording here, I'm gonna mute this track right here, and then I'm gonna make a new track. So to make a new track, you go to Tracks, and you say Add New, and I want it to be a new stereo track. Whoops. Track, New, and now I'm gonna go to Stereo. Boom. So now it's made a new stereo track right there. And there's my cursor. And so now I'm going to make that famous noise. Here we go. Let's see how this sounds. All right, so we're going to turn it on. Yeah, okay, I think that's good. And so it's still highlighted. So now we're going to do a little fun stuff. We're actually going to add some reverb. So we're going to go to reverb here, and we can hear. Now, when you do preview, okay, so you can kind of hear that. That's pretty normal. So now we're going to actually up the room size a little bit, and we're going to give it a little bit more of this, and a little bit more of that, and maybe we'll do this. Let's just hear what that sounds like. So okay, so all right, so it's maybe a little fast too. Let's change the tempo. So we're going to change the tempo to a little slower, so it's not so fast. Let's hear what this sounds like. Now, yeah, so what happens here is it only takes a section of this. This is what I'm listening to. So maybe we'll do this. We'll just grab this section like this. So we're telling it to kind of listen to this section here. And then we'll know how it sounds. Okay, so change the tempo. And we'll do this. Let's just change it. We'll just give it something there. Preview. It's very slow. So let's speed him up a little bit. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. And now, since we still have that highlighted, now let's put a little echo in here. So now we'll go into our echo, and we'll listen, see if that sounds good. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. Okay. So I'm gonna try 5, just to see if that sounds any different. Ooh, I kind of like that. So, okay, so I'm gonna say okay. So it does the change. All right, so now we're gonna do a little editing here. So you can change that. You can go up to the little arrow key here and shift this more this way. So about 1 second in, he's gonna start breathing. And right about here, he's gonna be breathing. And if we go to this one here, go up a little bit, you see it's on mute. So now I'm gonna unmute this. So I'm gonna go just hit mute, and now everything's on. So you can hear what it's gonna sound like.
You're part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
Yeah, see, it sounds a little weird that he's breathing as he's talking. So let's just fade this one out by start to breathe in. and then we'll just have him stop breathing in, and then he's going to start talking. So actually, the exhale is, and then he breathes in, and let's move it over here. So as he's breathing in, now he's going to talk, and we're going to get rid of this stuff right here. So this is what you do. You can select it. You can select in through here, like this, all this stuff, and you can generate silence. So you can go up here, go to silence, and you say, yep, that's what I want, and it just takes it out. So he's just said his thing, and we want to have a little delay. And maybe if you want to bring this in, this is a way of bringing it. You can just select it and then push delete, and it pulls everything towards you like that. All right, and so let's grab this one, and we're going to make this a little louder. Just a little bit. Not too much. Let's preview it.
You're part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
So now I did that a little bit higher. So now let's see.
You're part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
Okay, so now it just stopped. All right, so now we're going to play them both at the same time. So now if we play this,
You're part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
he's walking away, I guess. So if you're going to record something else, you don't want to affect these tracks. So you put these in mute mode. It turns them off, right? And then you can go in here and you can make another one. And as soon as you click on it, usually, let's see if I'm right. Yeah, see, right now it's putting it on there, and that's not what I want. So I'm going to push stop. Stop, boink. All right, so see, that's just muted, but it's recorded it. So what I'd have to do now is I'm just going to grab all this stuff, and I'm going to delete it because I don't need this stuff. Delete it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is actually make a new track. So this is where you go up to tracks, you go to new, and you have to kind of go over to stereo, and it makes another one down below. So now you can start it here. All right.
Ah, Lord Vader, we meet again. So, what do you want from me?
Or,
Ah, Lord Vader, I thought it would be you. I don't know why you're keeping me here.
well, that sounded really good. Wow, that's really good. Okay. So let's see what we can do to this one. Sounds just like her, doesn't it? I know, you're just amazed. So we're gonna take out room noise, remove it. So we're gonna find that noise reduction, click get noise profile. Then we're gonna go select everything, all, and we're gonna remove all that by just going back to room noise right here, clicking that, going okay, and it takes it all out. And did it take everything out? Yeah, there it is. Nice and cleaned up now. Okay, we do want to change the pitch. So she's going to sound more like a chipmunk probably. But let's see if we can change it a little bit.
Ah, Lord Vader, I thought it would be you.
Yeah, Lord Vader.
I don't know why you're
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so let's bring that up a little pitch-wise. Let's see.
Ah, Lord Vader, I thought it would be you.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why you're keeping me here.
There she is. That sounds like her. Sounds just like her.
Oh, Lord Vader, I thought it would be you.
Okay.
I don't know why you're keeping me here.
Okay. That's pretty good. We'll apply that one, and then we'll just take out some of that stuff. So what we'll do is we'll just take this one out. Let's just see what that looks like.
I don't know why you're...
So yeah, see how it goes really into that high pitch thing. So what we'll do is we'll just bring her down a little bit. So we'll go to amplify and we'll just go a little this way, on 2 maybe.
I don't know why you're...
I don't know. That just sounds so irritating. So we'll bring that a little bit more.
I don't know why you're... I don't know why you're...
It's pretty good, see?
I don't know why you're...
Just very briefly in that area, but it's not.
I don't know why you're...
Okay.
I don't know why you're...
I don't know why. I don't know why.
So we're going to have him kind of interrupt her as she's saying her words. So let's do this. Let's take this. We're going to make a copy of it. We're going to, and to delete the whole thing, you can just go to this button right here, close, and it turns it all off. And now we still have it in the memory there. So now I'm going to go up to here in the tracks and make a new stereo track. There, just have to get that stereo track. Okay, it's there. And now we'll bring our cursor, this thing right over here. Let's see, it does that sometimes. Let's just go to this little button here. Remember that one? You click on that. So now what we'll do is we've got this highlighted. So we'll push Control V to paste it. There it is. And then we'll go to our little shift time tool. We'll click on this, do a couple clips, and we'll go in here. So in here is where he's talking. So this is where you kind of have to go up to see there he is talking. And so this looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. So she's gonna start to say her, talking, and he's gonna interrupt her. All right. So let's take a look at this. Let's turn it back to mute, unmute it by just clicking once. And now we're gonna go over here and unclick this one. And now I have everything up, and we'll just go to the beginning and we'll hit play. Uh-oh.
Oh, Lord Vader, I thought it would be you. I don't know why you're keeping me here.
You're part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
Okay, so anyway, yeah, there she is. So you have enough time here to show her talking, and he's kind of walking up. Right now his breathing's all the same. So this is where you can use that fade out or fade in. So let me show you how that works. You can just kind of select what you want to select, go up to select mode, and say we can maybe right in here, we'll have him fading up. Okay, so he's kind of, as we're going along, and see we have a lot of time here. And so here, if we go to fade in and click it, you can see now he's like very quiet and he's getting louder and louder. You see, so let's take a listen to that.
Oh, Lord Vader, I thought it would be you.
So now he's getting louder, as she's talking. So, that's something you can do. If that's not what you like, you can push Control Z. It turns it off. And then you can maybe figure out, well, where does he actually come in? Maybe out here, we'll keep all this the same. And we'll just click out. And we'll go back and we'll listen to the whole thing.
Oh, Lord Vader, I thought it would be you. I don't know why you're keeping me here.
You're part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
So, yeah. Okay. So here you could have even a fade out. You could fade this part out, select it, and then you could go back and say fade out. And now he's going to be, it's almost like he's walking away, pretty big. So he's going away like that. Harmony uses wave files usually. That's the best thing it uses. So here what we're going to do is we're going to go up here And we've got to kind of save all this out in one thing. So what you have to do is you just don't want to, you want to save all of this. So you can go up to your thing here. You can say save project. And what it will do is it will save it. You can save project as. So we don't really have any of that yet. So you can go to, let's see, is it save project? Save project. I think it'll just say, well, where do you want to save it? Save project for Audacity project, not for an audio file. So that's for the whole file. So if you wanted to save this project, you want to go back and add more people and sound effects and stuff, you can. It's going to save the entire setting. And this is where you're going to be looking for where you want to put it. So you want to make sure that you have a sound file that is going to the scene that you want. And that's where you're going to be going back to your file, wherever that is. So yeah, so this is where I would make a Audacity file. So I would say it could be under sound. I'll say Audacity. And then, you can put it in sound or whatever you want to do. I'm just putting it in here and I'm gonna give it a name. Say Darth Vader, scene or whatever I want to call it. And I say save. And now it's saved the whole file. So if I want to add more to this thing, I can. And now I want to take this, I just want to make it into we can make all. So we can say save all. So it highlights all the tracks. And now we're gonna export this. Export this as a WAV file. And it's gonna ask you some things. It's gonna say, okay, where are we gonna put it? So you have to kind of figure that out. It goes to the last point it remembers, and you say, no, this isn't where I want it to go. And that's what you figure out. So you're just trying to go back to that same file that we just looked at. Let's see, there's my Audacity file. Okay, good. And then maybe I'll make, it's in sound. So I click on sound effects, maybe make another one here, create a file. Here we go. So I'm gonna say Darth Vader. So I'm gonna click on here and now it's opened and now Darth Vader, the WAV file is going in here. Darth Vader, here he is, okay. And then this pops up and this is fun because then you can say like your name, you can type in your name. Oh yeah, there's my name. Oh, I created this. And then you can say the track. You say title. What's the title of it? It's like Darth Vader, right? Darth Vader. And then you can say comments. You can write down the year. You see all this stuff if you want. You say Darth. All right, so there you go, right? And then you put it in here and boom, there it is. So when you open it, you can play it and you hear this.
Oh, Lord Vader, I thought it would be you. I don't know why you're keeping me here.
You're part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
And there you have it. Well, yes, hopefully you enjoyed that. And you got some ideas of how to use Audacity to make your soundtracks. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And if you like this, if this was helpful in any way, if you would just go ahead and press that subscribe button. And I do have another series. I've got this one. What is it? This one here is pretty good, and this one over here is pretty good. So yeah. So thanks again for watching Animated Educated.